Hey guys, how's it going? I'm gonna start up a classic difficulty playthrough on this. The reason why I decided to get rid of the normal is I found out that the normal does a bonus for the player still. So I was like, well, we don't want that. I'd rather make it super hardcore tough. So we're going with the classic mode, a little bit tougher. I'm showing up on the screen here in Iron Man and its tutorial. Iron Man makes it where it will only save after the mission's done. And the tutorial gives you an extra satellite, but you can only choose 2 bases, and so that's no good for us. These are some second wave options you can do after the game's done, or if you actually want to start it up. Some damage modifiers, kind of a roulette wheel. Kind of, you never know what could happen. As I introduced in my previous videos, XCOM is a remake of a classic 90s real-time or turn-based strategy on the PC. They decided to bring it to the Xbox and PS3 and the PC this time. It's made by the same people that make Civilization, so if you like that, you'll definitely like this. Definitely tough, definitely hard. One thing that I do love is the customization of the soldiers. You can name different people, so it's kind of cool to do that, and that's why I'm doing this video. That way, instead of everybody having to go by it, they can just enjoy watching. Now, as you can see, these are the first pods that crash on the Earth. They're just releasing some gas and going to knock everybody out. Everybody decides they're going to try to run, but, well, anybody that's watched action movies knows that you don't get to run from the impending death. And you can see him get drugged there. We don't need to see what's behind the car. And now it's gonna show us this, and it's gonna bring up our council member, the head of the council. He's gonna tell us about how we need to be the first and last line of defense for XCOM. Just your standard introductory type stuff. There he is.
In light of the
definitely not as awesome as the Elusive Man if you've played Mass Effect 2, but not all of us can be as cool as
the activation of the XCOM project.
Normally, you start out with a
you
group of
have
4.
been chosen to lead this initiative. To oversee our first and last.
It takes a little bit to get there. The tough thing is due to the difficulty, you can have
this planet's future.
Wounded or even
urge
killed.
You to keep that in mind.
There is permadeath here, and the problem is that to unlock the good ranks and the good unlocks for your soldiers, you have to actually get kills or participate in missions,
Commander.
and so it's a lot tougher because you have to balance a thin line of, do I keep this guy and get that kill to level him up so I can unlock this unlock, or do I get killed? Now, here's what we got is our base locations. You can choose out of the continents here. North America lets you have the airplanes 50% off. Expert knowledge is labs and workshops are 50% off. The future combat is the foundry and your officers 50% off. South America lets you do instant autopsies and interrogations, and the most important one is Africa does 30% off. Or 30% more credits. So that's what I went with. Because at the end of each month when the council pays you, having Africa start out, it gives you extra 30%, which in the beginning when you're trying to get your feet under you is really important.
Strike one. This is
Alright, now if you look at the top there, you will see 5 dots. Those are your health. Then you have, in the middle there is a status bar. If you're panicked, it'll go red. And then underneath that is your moves. You see the blue outline? That will cause you to, that's one move to there. If you want to go past that, it'll show it as a dash. That's your 2 moves. And there's half cover there in front of the car. And there's full cover right there. Full cover gives you 40 health, 40 defense. Half gives you 20. And no cover obviously gives you 0. Even with full health, full cover, you can still be wounded. We had clicked in the left thumbstick and move. Now, I've actually done this a few times to get the optimum playthrough, so I'm doing things a little bit different here. Just because this is the introductory, I didn't name anybody, so I want to get this done fairly quickly. So normally you wouldn't dash like I did all the way across without being safe and seeing what's going on. Now, we selected Y for Overwatch right there. What that means is that if anybody runs in our in our line of sight, we will automatically take a reaction shot, but it will have a aim penalty. So you can get kind of frustrated because it's like, oh man, that guy right in front, I've got him dead to rights, and it'll say miss. So it can be a little frustrating. Now, as I said, I have played this quite a bit, so I do know where the enemy tends to be in one specific spot. And so we're going to actually flank them. And it's good to show it here because then you can see the difference in a regular shot and a flanking shot. And I'm just running them all the way down. Now, here's the most important ones. We want to get them in position, but we don't want the aliens to see us, or see the aliens just yet. In the beginning here, we'll have the sectoids, which they are your basic alien. And when you first see them, they will actually run away from whoever spots them. So basically what we're going to try to do is we're actually going to try to loop around and basically funnel them down to our other two guys. Because the last thing we'd rather do that than have them. And see here we go. Here's your initial viewing screen of an enemy, and there they are running from us. Well, obviously, as they're running from us, they're closer. Now, as you see, we've got yellow, which the yellow means that they are flanked. And we just went and shot, and we had a 65% chance and killed them. Now, what they're saying here is that as you kill them, they will drop weapon fragments. Weapon fragments will give you build beam weapons, plasma weapons. You also build your armor from it. If you blow them up with rocket launchers or grenades, it will not do that. So, it's kind of a fine line of, I really don't want my guys to die, so I need to keep them. I need to blow these guys up, but if I want to be able to build a weapon, I may not be able to. I need to hold on to these weapon fragments. Now, I'm just showing the difference in the flanking and the percentages and whatnot that you can score with. As you can see, we got a critical strike. The alien that was with them in classic mode, they go with a group of 3. He decided to bail out of there and grab some cover, which is good. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to pinch them here. Like I said, I do know where the other group comes from as well. So, yes, I am a little bit cheating here, but to get this perfect, because without anybody hurt or dead, and just the way I wanted it, it took a while. So, you're seeing 27 minutes, and I did it for like 2.5 hours.
I'm on it, Commander.
We're getting a little bit closer to the alien here. I don't have a real good shot on him. But, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move from half cover to full cover to give me a little bit better defensive rating. Then I'm going to bring my other guy here. Can't get a real good shot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up and hunker down. Hunker down means that I'm going to double my defensive score just in case somebody tries to shoot me. Now normally, this is a hiccup that the game has. Normally you don't see anything this silly where they spawn magically behind you. Every so often it does happen, but it's definitely rare that it does.
Roger that.
So naturally we want to shift a little bit and try to figure out where our guy is. Now we don't have a real good shot here, so I'm trying to figure out exactly the game plan I want to do. And I'm going to see how close am I. I'm not very close, but you know what? We're going to throw a frag grenade. Frag grenades give a guaranteed 3 hit points, which for sectoids automatically. We're just going to blow the damn door open, make us a hole. There's the scientist. She's going to complain to us about how we're terrible because we blew things up. Well, you know what? We got to do what we got to do.
Just something to consider.
Gotta, if we can survive, then the hell on the weapon fragments. They're important, especially in the beginning, but we got to do what we got to do. Now, as you can see, even though we're in full cover, we're flanked, so we're in yellow, which means, pretty much critical hit Ahoy coming and he would have died. So we're going to get behind this van here, and just in case anybody tries to flank us, we're going to have Overwatch. So if they run to us, we're going to blast them. And here they come in a little bit moving. All right, here's a good reaction shot. This is what Overwatch does. And we missed. And you'll get used to that. As you get better weapons and as your guys level up, they'll get better at reaction shots, but you're still doing an aim penalty. Now, we know there's 2 or 3 of them, so we got to figure out the best course of action here.
Moving out.
The last thing we want is to get flanked. Now, obviously, I can't see that guy. I know where he is, though. But I'm not gonna do anything just yet. That's the good thing I like about it, is if you only use the one move, you don't have to overcommit yourself and get yourself in trouble. So what we're working on is we're trying to figure out exactly what do we want to do to kind of keep ourselves moving forward, but not out where we're gonna get shot at.
Eyes on the prize.
We're gonna play it safe. We're just gonna play Overwatch, basically see if the aliens will come to us. If they do, then you know we're in business here. We're trying to figure out exactly how we want to do it. We're gonna move up a little bit just to see what kind of trouble we got.
Aye, aye.
Come around the corner. That's pretty good. We're gonna take our shot. And as you can see, we did do damage, but we did not kill him. And that's always frustrating, just because it's like, oh well, I'll let this guy step out a little bit further because I know I'm gonna hit him with you know my assault rifle and I can kill him. Well, sometimes not. You know, thankfully we got lucky and the alien here decided to back up. He's gonna try to take a shot at us in full cover. Our guy was able to miss it, which is important. They're bringing somebody down, and that did kill him. And that does help. I mean, you know, you can hold them back a little bit, and if you do get the kills, it makes things a lot easier. You've already knocked out one. Now, you see the purple light there. It's called a mind meld, and what that does is it gives a bonus to the one that's receiving it. But if the one that is started the mind meld, if he gets shot and killed, it actually severs the link and kills both of them. So sometimes it's good if you can survive that onslaught from that sectoid. When they're doing it, you can knock them both out and get a 2-for-1 special, so to speak. Now, the thing you have to worry about is cars will get shot and they'll blow up the next ramp. So you always want to be careful, and the last thing you want is a guy to get tore up. Now, as you can see, we flanked this guy, and we had pretty much 100% there. Blasted him with a critical hit. He had no chance. Now, he was receiving the mind meld. He was not the starter of it, so unfortunately it didn't do a 2-for-1 type deal. We're trying to see exactly how we want to do. I was like, well, you know, he can see me, and I can see him, but it's not a good enough shot, so we're going to be safe and hunker down. And we're going to try to move this guy up a little bit, see where we can put him at success. And that's our turn. They've got one guy left. And just to tell you how careful you got to be, I actually make a big mistake right here. I'm like, oh, it's no big deal, and then, oh crap, he moved on me, and we got lucky and he missed. I would have been very upset if I had played it as well as I had, and then all of a sudden it's not. We survived it barely, and knocked him down. We got all 6. We made sure everybody got at least 1
Teams
kill.
are standing by for your orders.
Basically, it's going to just tell us, hooray, we can now finish up the mission. We can bring it on back home, and we can start researching and engineering and all that other good stuff. That's just your basic mission. It's got 6 people. For the most part, you'll have anywhere from 4 to 10 enemies, depending on your mission. You know, I played about 20 missions just to kind of check it out, and I think the most I had was like 16, and that was a lot. As you can see, we're now going down into the XCOM base. And it's going to show us, you can see the layout. We're going to have a few different things we can do. Our central officer here is going to introduce himself. He's going to basically just kind of tell you this, that, and the other.
My role in this project is twofold,
especially in like mission
providing
control and
tactical
launching
support for our field
satellites and whatnot.
operations, and keeping you briefed on the current situation.
We'll cover
My
launching
efforts should allow
satellites,
you to
which is the
focus
most
on the bigger
important thing
issues
in
at
this
hand.
game.
Speaking of which,
when that time
we have a soldier
arises. I
waiting
think
for a
it's
promotion in
the
the
third or
barracks.
fourth
I'll let
mission
you
we'll
get to
worry
it.
about satellite coverage. Now he's gonna let us. He said we've got some people in the barracks to promote. He also said we have, researching and whatnot.
Looks like they're
Here
really
we go.
taking care
This
of
is
business
showing
down
us
there,
how well our
and
people
without
did,
so much as a scratch.
and if we had any promotions, which we do have promotions. Everybody got a kill. So
The
we
heavy
do a
weapons
promotion.
specialist provides a crucial
Right here
service
is our
to the
heavy.
squad. With
He
the
gets a
rocket
rocket launcher
in tow,
for his
there are
first
demolitions
startup.
experts.
Rocket launcher does 6 damage, so it's very powerful. It's also very good for destroying cover, which we'll work
Just
on
like
that
it
later.
sounds, the
Next
support
up
class provides that intangible edge our squads need. They
is
make
our
everyone around them better.
support. Let's see, is our support with a smoke grenade. He's our medic. Smoke grenade gives you a plus 20 defense for 1 turn.
Our snipers specialize
very
in dealing
helpful.
massive amounts of damage
Sniper
from afar.
has a critical
but without
hit bonus.
sufficient training, they're vulnerable.
They're
in
the
close
hardest to
combat
level up in the
situations.
very beginning, but after they get up to getting the awesome squad shot or squad sight,
The assault class serves
they are
as our
absolutely
front line.
ridiculous. I
They're the
love them.
first ones into a fight.
Now here's our
and the
assault
last ones
class,
out.
running and gunning. Running and gun is probably the most dangerous and overpowered one in the game. You basically can do your dash all the
The
way
recovered
across.
artifacts are
and
being
then
unloaded,
shoot.
and the research team is awaiting your orders. We'll
So
get
it's
started
ridiculous. Now
as
that's
soon
our
as you give the
spoils.
order, Commander.
It tells us at the top what we can research.
Commander
We've
to the
unlocked 3
research lab.
things. Shields, weapons, and then xenobiology, where we basically study them, and that actually progresses the game. We also have 6 of their corpses and then 10 weapon fragments. We would have 12, but we blew up the 1. Now, the first thing we're going to do is, because it costs no dollars,
Hello,
is
Commander.
we're going to listen to
My name is
our,
Dr. Farlan. I
our
oversee the
German
research labs.
scientist here.
This is where all of
And she's
XCOM's
going to tell us
research
about
and
all the
development
exciting
takes
things
place.
they do in research.
We have
and
already
whatnot.
begun analyzing the
And,
artifacts recovered from our first
you know,
encounter with the aliens.
Normally, I already
Based
hit
on
A
our
here, but I want y'all to
preliminary
experience
findings,
everything.
we believe we
And
can
so
use
we've got
them
a
to
choice. We can
develop some
either
new equipment
fulfill
for
the
our
game,
soldiers.
the primary
your
mission
approval,
of the game, which is
we will begin
xenobiology,
research
where you start out
immediately.
learning all kinds of other stuff. Well, you don't. The good thing about XCOM is you don't have to do that. So we're not going to worry about that just yet because we want to be better. So our choice is: are we going to do weapon
Commander
fragments
to
and learn how to make
engineering.
beam
Commander
weapons,
to
which are more
engineering.
powerful than our assault weapons, or if we're going to do alien shields, if we're gonna do alien materials, and we're gonna do armor. Armor is important as well, but for the sake of the first early
Commander,
missions, you definitely
I
want a
realize
powerful
our
weapon.
troops
So
have
we're
to
gonna
put their own
research
survival
weapon
first,
fragments.
but every
because if we
alien
can
we
get
use
beam weapons, it'll
explosives
definitely
against
help.
is one less
Normally they
opportunity
do
to
about
recover
4
new
damage instead of the
artifacts.
2 that a assault rifle can do. That's all we can really do from there. So next up, we're going to go to the engineering, where naturally they build
Commander.
everything. At first,
I was
all we're going to
wondering
get
when
is a
you'd be
med
stopping
kit
by.
for
Welcome to
healing
engineering.
and also
Anything
a
they can
satellite.
dream up in the research labs,
start with
we
one.
can build it here.
You can actually have 2 in the air
Speaking
without
of which,
building anything
Dr.
else.
Valen has just sent us some new
But if we
schematics.
wait and get more
With your approval,
engineers,
we will begin
it will
fabrication.
cut down the cost on those things. So there's a pretty strict timeline we're running on, which I'll cover more on when it's time. As you can see, it's $100. We only start out with like 200 and something, so we don't want to do
We've
that.
still
Now
got
here's
some
where we
room to
build
grow up
everything:
here.
is our
But if we
facilities.
really want to
As
expand
you go
our
down
facilities,
further, the more it
we're
costs.
going
You
to have
want
to start excavating
label, you want to
beneath the
set up
base.
everything perfect.
Unfortunately,
We have
the deeper
one
we go,
steam down in the
the more
bottom
it's
left
going
hand
to
corner, so
cost.
we're really not that worried about it. We excavated. Like I said, there's a fairly rigid building approach you have to do. As you can see, there's a few things you can build: power generators, satellite uplinks, and those are the most important things. Satellite uplinks, the more you get next to each other, the bigger the bonuses you get, and that's something that we will definitely be working on because we want to cover the globe if possible. Now, right this second, since we've done what we can do, that's about it. I'm just showing off the different things you can see. So we basically have to wait 5 more days to build that other one. And
Commander
then
to mission
the good news
control.
is the entire top will
Commander
be
to
already
mission control.
excavated, so that's good. Next up, here we're going to go to our barracks. And we're actually going to label, since we do have what type they are, I'm going to go ahead and label everybody. First up is our heavy, which Mr. Puff had said he was cool with. So Mr. Nelonius here, we're going to hook him up. If he doesn't look the way you want him to I can change him if you'll let me know. If it's cool, then that's fine. There's different armors and colors. I actually bought the set for all that. If you see something you like that you're not part of, you can definitely let me know. I'm just kind of picking what I think people would like or whatnot.
Yes, Commander. Yes, Commander.
As you can see, good old Puff, he's representing the USA. So we definitely have one of those guys. Big guns. I'm sure somebody would make a joke about America being the Team America World Police style. I'm just showing off the way they look, all the different faces and voices and facial hair and whatnot you can have. I figure Puff with like a little chin hair there. We're gonna tweak his colors.
Commander to mission control. Commander to mission control.
I think it looks pretty cool. I figured this would be good. If he doesn't like what he's got, he can definitely send all complaints to me. Figured I'd get something that looks kind of cool with the American flag there. That's one thing I do like. I wish you could change the nationality and gender, but I get it why they don't. So, little nitpicks, not that big of a deal. Next up, we got our support, which will be everybody's favorite Arizonian, Mr. Osvaldo Cervantes. We're going to do our best not to get him killed. I tend to have bad luck when it comes to Cervantes. He's either getting hurt big time or killed. So, I don't want to get beat up over the internet, so I'm gonna try to keep him alive. Like I said, the customization, it does a lot of cool things. You can do colors and hair and faces and all this other stuff. Like I said, it's not going to be perfect, and
solid copy.
I apologize about that. I was just trying a little this, that, and the other, and
Commander to mission
hopefully
control.
everybody will get invested in their guys and have fun and whatnot. No. As I said, there's a pretty strict time frame you have to go in terms of building. The reason why is just because you're on the classic difficulty instead of just kind of horsing around. If you don't want to lose a ton of your funding, you'll need to, definitely prioritize who needs to be protected. When are you going to build this? When are you going to build that? And like I said, after this next, after mission 2, whenever it starts up, that'll show a little bit better. I'm just going through a few different things, trying to find what I think people would like. Satellite coverage will keep people's panic rating down, which I know doesn't mean much here, just because you're not seeing the panic rating. And like I said, I think it's like mission 3 that it shows all that. Here we'll have everybody's favorite ginger, Mr. Trevor Flash Rogers. Love him to death. If I'm not mistaken, he's German. So
to mission control.
Nope, I'm sorry. That's wrong. He's not. I was wrong on that. I think it was another one I was playing. I think he was. Honestly, snipers can be just absolutely overpowered, ridiculous when it comes in. Once you get them leveled up, probably about level 3 or level 4, they're really powerful. You can get them an upgraded sniper as well. We'll actually run 2 snipers. Once we can upgrade to a full 6, we'll actually run 2 snipers. That's how powerful they are. Of course, the disadvantage with sniper is that their health isn't as large as you level up, and also unless you do the perk that one of the choices you get as you level up, unless you do the one that gives you a bonus with the pistol damage, you actually get a pretty big penalty when it comes to the sniper. So it's one of those deals where you have to decide whether or not, do I want to do, and it's fairly big. I think it's it's either pistol damage or something else. It's kind of a big decision though, because you know you got to decide: do I want to be? It's a damn good ground where you get a bonus for being up top, and you have to decide whether or not you want to be up top with a damage and defense or accuracy and defense bonus, or do you want to be able to use a pistol. I normally go with the pistol just because you know you never know when you're going to get in a tight situation like that. Now we're over here to the assault class, which is running around with Agent Grunt and old Uncle Steve, and you know he likes all kinds of crazy stuff. He's all about some wild kind of crazy purple hair. I guess he lives vicariously through his digital avatars that he selects. Now, as you can see, they're running around with a shotgun. They're the only class that really gets a choice. They can either run with a shotgun or a assault rifle. And of course, as great as the shotgun is for just up close damaging and blasting away, you have to be careful, just because if you run up there and there's like 2 or 3 people, you know, you can only take out one, and it's not hard to get blasted. So yeah, there's a lot of good things that the assault can do.
Commander to mission control.
Running gun, like I said, is ridiculously amazing. And like I said, there's a few other. Once we get up there, there's one that helps with the lightning reflexes that makes it where the people in Overwatch, if they try to take a shot at you, the first one will always miss, which is huge if you want him to storm the gates, so to speak. I'm just going through here looking at seeing what else we got. I see we've got 2 females, and so we'll have names for those once we're needed. They start you out with your soldiers there. I think it's 12. Yeah, it's 12 soldiers. So, you know, we'll have enough to put some names on there, and we can always hire more soldiers. Now that we've done all this, now we're going to mission control. Mission control actually speeds up your day, which is what we're doing. We've hit the A button. As you can see, alien abductions have showed up. Alien abductions is one of the main basic game types, almost like an extra quest, so to speak, even though it is important. You get 3 places to choose from. And it can be tough because you get 3 different rewards, which in our case it's engineers, money, and scientists, which in this game it's all about the engineers. And the other places will get their levels to jump up. Next time, guys, we're going to keep on playing. Enjoy it.